don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though.
We set the scene, we have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm Kyle.
And I am Nathan.
And this is If You Had To, though. That sounded like you were a ghost. It's like, and I am Nathan from beyond the grave.
I mean, I could be. Who knows?
Yeah.
Am I really here, Kyle?
I don't
or
know.
Am I in the netherworld?
Did you die in the last episode? I cannot remember. It is very possible.
I think I've died about 10 times this show. Death cannot stop me, Kyle.
Death cannot stop us. Fact one for the episode. Death can't stop Kyle and Nathan
Exactly.
in their pursuit for podcast greatness.
Hell spat me back out.
Hell didn't want you.
No.
Heaven's locked its doors.
I'd killed too many puppies. Even Satan was like, dude, what are you doing?
Like, I'm all for evil and everything, but, you know, you're taking it overboard. You made
He was stroking his puppy, the demon Cerberus.
And slitting its various throats. It was just like, I'll slit this throat.
That's how you stroke a demon dog.
Yeah, you stroke it with knives.
That sounds like a horrible euphemism.
What, stroking your demon dog?
Yeah, let's not go further with that analogy.
Okay, so the premise of this show is that we create scenarios for each other resulting in two possible outcomes. We'll discuss each outcome's pros and cons and decide definitively on the correct answer.
Exactly, 100% accurate truth or your money back guaranteed. We did ask them to pay, right?
See, I knew there was a flaw in the plan. We're giving the podcast away for free. Damn.
You fool, we could have been making millions. This is why we don't have boats on the moon.
As a race in general, why the human race doesn't have boats
No,
on the
you
moon?
and me, Kyle.
Oh, you and me.
No, not the moon. Which moon has a lake? It's like Jupiter, isn't it? Yeah, it has a lake, doesn't it? A lake of acid.
And you want to sail through the lake of acid?
I definitely do. Isn't it called the Sea of Tranquility? Or is that on the moon? There's something about tranquility in space.
See,
I
wouldn't call burning acid tranquil.
Well, you clearly haven't had the right spa day.
I would call it the
You
lake.
know, like how like piranhas, how they get those? No, not piranhas. How they get those tiny little fish to eat away your dead skin on your foot. If you take a bath in acid, it melts away all of your dead old skin.
Oh, and all of your skin,
the dead old bones.
Yeah, and your
dead old.
So your entire foot is just gone.
Yes.
Are the boats?
It's the ultimate cleansing experience. It cleanses your body of all toxins, including your own body.
Right. And are these boats acid proof or not?
That might be a slight flaw in my plan.
Yeah. See, I mean, if we had been charging money for the podcast and we did have enough money to make these boats, we would have the vast fortunes to make acid-proof boats.
But alas, 'twas not meant to be.
'Twas not. So Nathan, I have to tell you...
Do you have to tell me?
I have to tell you. A lot of people... If I have to, though. We said the title of the show! It's like when they say the title of the movie in the movie.
Yeah, and we're being as equally subtle about it as they are in those movies.
We really are.
I mean, you have to listen hard, listeners. I was going to say customers.
Customers?
But again,
no, they're not paying us.
Because of you, Kyle. That's why I have to say listeners.
You can't call our listeners customers.
I'm sorry. How about this? Okay, so that's why, dear friends, you have to really pay attention to what we're saying, because we have such subtle remarks that might pass over your heads if you're not really listening to every single word.
So anyway, if you had to, though, Nathan.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people have written into this podcast to complain about you specifically.
I find that very hard to believe. Are they complaining that they're not me because I'm clearly the best, most handsomest man alive and they're all jealous? Even the women. Even the women are jealous of how handsome a man I am.
No, Nathan, no one's jealous of you.
I'm sure you just weren't reading the subtext of these letters clear enough, Carl.
Our mailbag is full of threats and strongly worded letters.
Strongly worded letters. I like the scale there. Threats and then strongly worded letters. One is, I will kill you. One is, well, I don't think that was very nice what you said.
We just got bags and bagfuls
of passive-aggressive letters.
Yeah, which is impressive considering we don't even have a mailing address.
They just appeared. They were so angry at me, they sent letters to every single address on Earth on the off chance that it would end up at yours.
Yeah, and all of them made their way to me eventually.
Yes.
But anyway, you've upset people. Your language, orphan abuse, and public nudity are far too much for our civil country to handle.
What is wrong with abusing orphans when naked while swearing? I can't see anything wrong with that combination at all.
Well, people don't like it, Nathan. They are offended by everything that you've done.
A bunch of prudes, that's what they are.
It's because we live in the UK.
The political correctness gone mad.
The UK don't like it. So our overlords, the people who run the British censoring board, Ofcom and the like, they've summoned you to their offices. And you turn up there and you see the main board members. I don't know who's in charge of the British censoring board. Like in America, I know they've got the FCC, and I imagine it's like a Texan guy with a cowboy hat and a gun. And
what's the British version of that?
What's the British version?
We've got like a northern farmer is in charge of. What did you say it was called? The British Observation Corporation.
The British Censoring Board.
Oh, the BCB.
The BCB. Yeah, everyone knows them.
BCB boys.
Okay, so you've got an Irish potato farmer.
Yes.
Who's in charge of, what is suitable to be broadcast to the world and what isn't.
And he's specifically responsible for all potato-related media.
Yeah, the first thing he said is, he likes the podcast, but he would prefer if there were more potato-based would-you-rathers.
Yeah, I think that's something we definitely have to take on board.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe for the next episode it'll be all potato-based. Every question.
Extra special episode. All potatoes, all the time. Now with extra potato.
Would you rather eat a King Edward's or a russet potato?
We're going to wait till next episode for you to find out the answer to that. So tune in next time.
That's not your would you rather for this episode. So
I'm in the office of the BCB boys and the Irish potato farmer in charge, who's called Sean. He's called Sean O'Lorian.
Sean O'Lorian.
Yes.
See, the thing
That's his first name.
That's his first name. What's his surname?
Sean O'Lorian.
So it's Sean O'Lorian. It's like
Sean O'Lorian.
Yeah.
McDermottifon.
Yeah, exactly. See, the thing is, did you make him Irish? Or was that me?
I did. We made him Irish. Well,
yeah.
he was already Irish when I turned up, Carl. I didn't turn up to the office and go, "You are now Irish," and then this man had to completely change his identity.
And you're also a farmer, and he's sitting there in a business
suit. He was actually Scottish. He was very upset with me, forcing me to become Irish, to denounce his family and his heritage forever.
It's just that for this retelling, I'm going to have to do the accent, and it's always...
Well, we're just telling the truth here, Carl. This is just what reality is. Blame the universe.
Blame the universe. Okay, I'll attempt an Irish accent. How do the Irish sound?
I don't know. I can't do accents.
Although, no, he shouldn't be Irish because this is the British Censoring Board.
Oh yeah, it's not technically. Ireland isn't part of.
He's got to be a British. He's got to be a British farmer. A very British farmer. He's like Queen's English.
What anyone outside of England thinks of as an English person.
Yeah, but
they're posh. He's stammering like Hugh Grant.
Yeah, but he's dressed as a farmer.
Okay.
He's got the overalls. He's got the pitchfork in a hand. For no reason, he's got a pitchfork.
I know why I thought he was Irish. It's St. Patrick's Day, and he's currently wearing wearing all green.
Ah, yes, but he's very civil looking. has one of those tiny little moustaches that posh people have.
Absolutely minuscule. In fact, you can only see he has a moustache if you get right in front of his face, which obviously I do. Whenever I have an important business meeting, I sit right in front of someone's face.
Yeah, and like just to show off, you've turned up like completely naked, and you walk in and say, "Hey, fuckers." So you've made a bad impression.
Fuckers, what's this all about then?
Yeah, exactly. So this guy in charge, he says, look. So he's very posh and very British, and he says, "So, look, we've brought you in here today, Nathan, because you are too offensive to our eyes and our ears. So what we are going to do is we are going to put a censor upon you. We are going to censor you so that you don't offend our nation in such a horrible, horrible way. We will give you the choice, however, because we know you like your vices. We will either put a censor on you to censor your language or your nudity. So you have a choice now, Nathan. So if you had to, though, which one of these would you choose?"
So one censors my language. Like, how does the censor work? Like, is it that I still swear, but it's blocked over, or I'm no longer allowed to swear?
No, you can swear all you want, but it will just be beeped. So you could say fuck, you could say shit, but every time you say it, it will be beeped, and that's all you.
And yet they have no problem with you, Kyle.
They have no problem with me.
They specifically said in this meeting, "Oh, we love Kyle. He's such a sweet young boy." Next to the British northern farmer was a sweet old lady. Basically, what's her name? Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, the sweetest old lady ever.
Sitting there just going, "Oh, he's such a sweet young boy."
Yeah, I'm fucking great.
Yeah, just absolutely the best.
Yeah, no one has a problem with me.
Okay, so one is my swearing, my cursing, my bad language is completely bleeped out. No one can. And is it bleeped out just on this show, or is it bleeped out? Like,
in life. If you're talking to your friend,
no one will ever hear me swear again.
No. So you could be talking to a friend. You could say, "Oh, did you see the match last night? It was shit, wasn't it?" And when you say shit, that's going to be beeped.
Oh, that's a conversation I've had so many times. Mm-hmm. Talking about the match. I like matches.
Yeah.
I like it when you strike them up and that there's a bit of fire.
Mm.
That match last night. That was the.
So
one is all my swearing is bleeped out. No one can ever hear me swear again, which would mean I could never properly convey my emotions to someone ever again, because it's impossible to really tell someone how you feel without swearing at them.
Exactly.
That's how I proposed to my 3 fiancés. Well, you listen. I don't know why those relationships never worked out. It's
Not
a mystery.
a clue.
No, it's one of life's great mysteries. So one is almost swearing forevermore is bleeped out.
Yes.
The other is my nudity. Now, how does that work? Does that mean when I'm naked, there's always a strategic bush or shrubbery in front of me?
No, you will be pixelated. Like, people look at you and you will just be pixelated. So you're standing there naked, they will just see like a tube of flesh. Like a peachy tube.
That's wrong. I'm standing there, all my glory out to show, and they can't see it. I'm dangling it around in front of them like a pendulum, and they can't see all the effort I've gone to, all my manscaping.
Yeah, exactly.
I've shaved a butterfly in my delicate areas, and they can't see that.
Yeah, that sounds like you had a lot of time on your hands, but sure. And that's wasted. I mean, even a bathing suit is going to be too much. Like, any exposed flesh, they're gonna pixelate out. Like, you've got a low neckline on your t-shirt, they're gonna pixelate your throat.
What? Because my throat is too sexual for the nation.
Well, if it's too low, you're getting down towards your chest, and they don't want to see that.
No.
If your butt is too curvy, it's going to be pixelated.
I mean, I've always had that problem since. I can't tell you the number of times I've been told my butt is too curvy.
You were born, the doctors held you up and went to smack your bum because you were crying, or you weren't crying, whatever they do. I don't know why they smack your ass when you're a baby, but they do. They went to smack it and they went, "Wow, that is one curvy ass. He's going to grow up to be a podcast god." which was very intuitive of this doctor.
Curvy arse equals podcasting god.
Yeah. No, the doctor that delivered you was psychic.
Oh man, he really was. And I mean, it's a good thing he was psychic, because he got fired because he kept slapping babies when they were born.
They just come straight out of the womb, slap it round the face.
Not round the bum, round the...
No, yeah, well, it just...
So much force, it flies out the room.
Yeah, he was a terrible doctor.
That's how they detach it from the umbilical cord. They slap it so hard, it just snaps off. Well, now that we've got that lovely image, but I assume that's not going to be censored. That's not offensive to anyone.
No, like I said, only offensive things are going to be censored. So either your language or your naked body.
Well, I do enjoy swearing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going through life. Well, I could still swear, but people wouldn't hear it. So that's the thing. Would I still get the benefits of it? Would I still feel that I've let that out?
Yeah. If you watch a TV show and it's all been censored, so every time they swear there's a beep.
Oh God! Imagine Gordon Ramsay and it's all bleeped out. He'd lose 99% of his efficiency.
Yeah, well, it would just be beeping throughout the entire show, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't be watchable.
Just one long beep, and then it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
One long beep with an occasional Muppet thrown in there.
But if you did have that, you would be fine around kids because, you know, although you know you can still become naked, so probably not.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I didn't think that through.
If I'm going to give up swearing, then I will just commit to being always naked.
Yeah.
Whereas the other is true. If I can't ever be naked again, then I'll be swearing non-stop.
Yeah.
In church.
You'll be sat there in
my grandmother's house.
5 jumpers, 10 pairs of trousers, but you'll be swearing like a nun.
Do nuns swear a lot?
They must swear a lot. They've got a lot.
They swear to God a lot.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of pent-up rage and anger that builds up throughout the years because they've got to stay pure and good.
Much like me. That's the same reason why I have all these problems. My purity and goodness.
Yeah.
So that is my choice. I can either live the rest of my life never able to swear again, but to make up for it, I'll be constantly naked.
Yes.
Or I will be never able to be naked again or constantly swearing.
Mm.
That is tricky because both have their pros and cons. If I can never swear again, I can never fully express how annoyed or how happy I am about something. I can never really make someone aware of how I'm feeling. Like, it's not like you can use any other words or any other emotions. It's all swearing.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm never allowed to be naked again, I mean, how do you live that life? How do you live a life without constantly stripping off in front of people in the middle of a business meeting?
Well, this isn't even in front of people. This is, you're having a shower, you can't see what you're washing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's, so even I don't get the benefit of my flesh.
Yeah, you're standing naked in your bathroom. You look in a mirror. All you see is pixelated nothingness.
Oh, and I'm not going to be able to harass women online anymore with pictures of my penis. My only reason for living is gone now.
Nathan, think of a romantic situation. You and a woman get naked. She goes to look at your handsome, lovely body, and what does she see? Just pixelated flesh. She doesn't know what you look like. You could tell her that you have muscles, I suppose.
Oh God, she can't even see the muscles. It's all pixelated.
Yeah, she can't see.
That could work to my advantage. I could really let myself go and then tell the woman that I've got mega pecs.
Yeah, you've got a 6-pack, but it's pixelated.
It's a 6-pack underneath these 5 rolls of stomach flap.
Yeah, you could say you look like anything you want and she would have to believe you because you're pixelated. But would she still find you attractive because you're just this pixelated mess?
I think out of those options,
yeah,
I would go with never being able to swear again or never being able to have people hear me swear, because I would still get the release of swearing, just no one would hear it.
Yeah.
Whereas the naked one, I can't even see my own naked body. But that's the point. No, does it work out that I can't hear my own swears?
No, you can't hear them. You just hear a beep, like a loud, shrill beep in your ears.
Oh, that actually makes me reconsider it, actually.
Okay.
This is a tricky. I think I will go then Actually, I've completely turned it around. I'm going to go with...
You've done a complete 180.
I'm going to go with never being able to be naked again. Because a life without being able to swear and tell... When someone makes you the wrong kind of coffee, not being able to swear in her face and tell her what a disappointment she is and how much I wish she would die, it's just not worth living. I mean, I could throw the coffee in her face, and I will, but that's just not enough.
Obviously. So, Nathan, you will never be able to say fuck again.
I'm right, I won't.
You'll never be able to say shit again.
Darn tooting.
Darn tooting? Oh, see,
fiddle-de-dee.
We should probably decide how far back the swearing goes. Like, can you say damn? Can you say crap? Or is it just the proper strong swear words?
I would say it's what the proper swearing, what the British would consider swearing.
Yes, yeah.
Crap is not a swear word, not to us.
What about wanker? Where does that fall?
I think that counts.
That counts.
Yeah, it's the attitude that goes with the word.
So yeah, I think we'll be hearing a lot of darns and oh gosh and oh gollies from you in the future.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Dearie me. I appear to have stubbed my toe. Like, you can't even shout out in joy. Like, you win the lottery.
I just have to go, yippee!
You don't have to be that downhearted about it. Yippee! Like,
you mean I'm still allowed to show emotion?
Yeah, you can still show emotion. I think they'll allow that.
I'm the luckiest man in the world. I can now get that boat on Mars.
That just sounded like an impression of Eeyore winning the lottery. So yeah, there you go. If anyone else is in this situation, you know that you have to give up swearing, I'm afraid, because being naked in public is too fun.
And if any of our listeners ends up in a passionate night of passion with me, understand the reason why you can't see any of my genitalia isn't because I don't have any, it's because it's all been pixelated out. I'm not like Action Man, I swear.
I thought we could see you naked now, Nathan. I thought you gave up swearing.
Cut that out. Jesus, I got confused then. Okay, have I cut out? You're right, I have cut out swearing. Oh
yes,
yeah,
so we can see you naked.
Does that mean I have to be constantly naked now?
You don't have to be.
I thought that was the logic we came up with, that I have now I'll live my life naked.
So in protest, Nathan is now sitting naked in his house as we're having this chat, but he cannot say anything offensive. The settee I'm on is kind of like a fake leather, so I'm going to have a bit of trouble getting up in a minute. Yeah, you're pretty much glued to that.
I may never be able to move again.
But he made the right choice, and...
I've made the right choice. That's right for me.
Well, no, it's right for the world. This is an advice podcast, Nathan. Come on.
Oh, yeah, right. This is what everyone should do if they're ever in the situation I'm in, where they've been told off by the censorship board for swearing too much and being naked too much on podcasts.
Yeah. Funnily, they didn't do anything about your orphan abuse. So you can carry...
they thought that was fine. I'm still allowed to kill orphans.
Yeah.
I just can't swear while I'm doing it.
Yeah, the guy just said, like, maybe you should incorporate more potatoes into your killing.
Beating him to death with a potato. Oh, then I can be the potato killer.
There you go. So Nathan's
finally got a serial killer nickname.
The potato killer.
Or no, maybe I don't kill them with a potato. Maybe I kill someone and then I leave a potato at the scene of the crime.
Just stuffed into their mouth.
I'd like to see Sherlock Holmes solve that one. Yes. So that is the unfortunate set of circumstances I've found myself in. But you, Kyle, you've had an interesting week. You were invited to your school reunion from when you went to school many, 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 many years ago because you're old.
Yeah, I got that. It does seem like another life being in school.
Another century, really. And you're a little nervous because you know that your old school bully, Bobby Budabup, is going to be there.
Bobby. Not Bobby Budabup.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby Budabup.
Bobby Budabup. Bobby
Budabup.
Bobby Budabup was one of the meanest, nastiest bullies at my school. Bobby Budabup was I was afraid to get out of bed in the morning because of Bobby Bup.
You would say in your sleep, you would just be going, no, Bup, no.
Stay away, Bup.
But yes, Bobby Bup will be there, and that's making you a bit nervous. But also your bitter ex, Holly Hallelujah.
Oh, not Holly.
Holly Hallelujah.
Holly Hallelujah. Yeah.
And Bobby used to torment you, always picking on you, just because you were uncool, you smelled bad, you were cross-eyed, and you spoke with a terrible stutter. And
I didn't. It's coming back now because you're reminding me.
The trauma, yeah.
Yeah.
Holly, she broke your precious little heart when she realised that you lied to her about being a wealthy movie talent producer with a private boat and space station.
And it was a tiny little heart that I had to begin with. So
absolutely minuscule. Doctors actually said you're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, so once she broke that, there was nothing really left. Now I'm just this vacant shell.
I think all our listeners can tell.
Anytime I laugh or make a joke or anything, it's all facade. Really, inside,
that was so amusing.
Yeah, inside I'm screaming.
You've had a baby? What a joyous occasion. Look at the precious little cherub. He will die one day, like all of us.
Have you ever thought about existence, little one?
How small we are compared to the stars.
The universe is so vast, and we are nothing but a grain of sand in its vast, empty nothingness.
I just asked you for directions.
Oh, yes. Turn left at the end of the road and you'll find the church.
Yes. And wouldn't you know it, you go into the dance hall and they're both there waiting for you.
Holly and Bobby.
Bobby Bup and Holly Hallelujah. They're both standing there together, waiting for you.
Now, looking at them, do they seem... Are they holding hands? Are they, like, together, or have
They're not together.
Oh,
no,
thank goodness.
They are just... No, yeah, that would be the worst.
I mean, my heart's already been broken. Imagine if I saw Bobby Bup and Holly Hallelujah together as a couple. That would kill me, I think.
And Holly Hallelujah is a very modern woman. If she did marry Bobby Bup, she wouldn't take his name. It would be a double-barreled name. It would be Holly Bup Hallelujah.
Oh, definitely.
But yes, they are together. Your two most frightening experiences from school.
Yes.
The boy that used to torment you, pick on you, and the girl that your bitter ex that is filled with resentment and rage towards you and has never forgiven you for your lies and betrayal.
Yeah. I offered her some salt and vinegar crisps once. Salt and vinegar is her favourite, by the way. She went and ate one of the crisps and it was prawn and cocktail flavour.
Monster.
Like I thought that was a funny joke, but apparently she didn't see it that way. And
I don't think I can even be friends with you anymore, Carl.
I know that like if you're expecting to have that delicious salty vinegary flavour and you get a horrible prawny cocktaily mess in your mouth.
I mean the lies and deceit, which mean the same thing. The lies, deceit, and untruthfulness. But yes, you are walking towards these two people who have tormented you so and caused you so much pain over the years. Bobby is always, even since school, he's been sending you threatening messages online. Holly every year sends you a passive-aggressive cards on Valentine's Day, reminding you how you were the worst boyfriend she's ever had.
On Valentine's Day? So is it like a little poem?
You think it's a sweet Valentine's gift. There's like a bouquet of flowers and a card, and then you open the card and the gas comes out and all the flowers wilt and die.
It's like a lovely little poem. You're like, oh, someone sent me a nice poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. You were a bastard and I hate you. Oh.
And it's written in blood.
Yeah, and she does this every year. And like we've said, I've been out of school for a long, long time. This has been years and years.
She probably needs therapy. She really should be over this by now.
She really should. I mean, we only dated for a week.
I mean, yeah.
That whole crisp fiasco, that scarred her.
It really did. So, you are walking towards them. And,
yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, coincidence of coincidences.
Yeah.
This is all happening on the same day that the school just happens to be moving its radioactive toxic waste chemicals.
Oh, okay.
You know, they were keeping them upstairs in the cupboard, and they thought, oh, we should do some inventory, so they were moving them down the hall. So, by the most minuscule of chances, almost unfeasibly unlikely, the waste is spilled on the floor above you, and you can see it melting through the roof above. It drips onto you and merges your body with whoever is standing right next to you.
Oh, no.
So, you have a choice. You have a split second. The drip is already dripping onto you.
Yeah.
It's already melting your skin. You have a choice to push away Bobby Buddha Bop Bop or Holly Hallelujah. And whichever one you push away, they are safe. Whichever one you don't, you are merged into and become like a Siamese twin with that person for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so I definitely want to push someone away, otherwise we're going to be a threesome. And that would be hell.
You know for a fact that the side effects of getting dunked on by radioactive toxic waste is being merged into one giant blob conjoined twin person. And you know that if you don't push one of them away, all three of you will be one horrific life form.
Yeah, and I definitely can't have that.
Exactly. So you have to choose who would you rather be conjoined to for the rest of your life, your school bully or your bitter ex?
Oh, now this is a tough decision because obviously my school bully is still bullying me. He's still bullying you.
He's
not just my school bully.
Even after all this time, again, he probably needs therapy as well. He really should have moved on from bullying now.
I mean, he's a banker. He works in a bank and he deals with people every day and he's very polite to them, goes home to his wife and kids, makes them dinner.
He's the sweetest father in the world.
He's lovely. They've got a little poodle called Chappie. They love him dearly. But
once a week he does mail Chappie's poo to you in a box.
Yeah. I mean, he's done that
and he also happens to send you a gift on Valentine's, and every time you open it up, it's a dog's poo.
Yeah, and he also puts his dog shit on my front doorstep and sets it on fire, so when I stamp it out, my shoes are covered in shit. He does a lot of pranks involving his poodle shit, to be honest.
It's the material he has the most access to. He's on a budget. He and his wife are saving for a second mortgage.
Yeah, he can't really go out buying eggs or anything, so on Halloween, he throws dog shit at my house.
He's put it in the freezer, so it's frozen.
So it smashes through the window.
Block. He has had to buy a second freezer, because obviously you don't want your dog shit in the same freezer as your food.
Oh no, you should always buy a second freezer if you're going to throw
That is our advice to the listeners out there.
Yeah, fact number 2 for the episode.
Exactly. If you're ever going to torment someone throughout their entire life with dog shit, make sure you store it in a freezer separate from your frozen food.
Yeah. Because what he does is he freezes a little... I mean, poodles' shit isn't that big, I don't think. So they're like little bullets, really. So he freezes these little bullets, and then he wraps a piece of paper around it that says, "Fuck you, Kyle, die." And then he throws it through my window. And obviously it's rock solid, smashes through my window. So I've just got all these little notes that are
you were on a date
abuse.
at the time. You were in your living room, being all romantic and suave, and then a piece of smashes through the window, knocks her out.
Yeah.
For some reason she never came back for date number 2.
No. And then most girls won't come to my house anyway because they say the place smells like dog shit. And it does, because he sneaks in while I'm out. He breaks in through the back window and...
He's very committed to this scheme.
Yeah.
Whereas Holly...
Yeah.
Holly sends you passive-aggressive notes, passive-aggressive messages, just constantly reminding you of your every flaw, everything that's wrong about you. She knows, even though you only dated for 1 week, she knows you very well, Carl. She knows your insecurities. She knows how insecure you are about your big fat toe.
Yeah.
And she just never, ever lets it go. She never ever lets you forget any of the things you've ever done wrong, any of the mistakes you've ever made.
And she knows everything about me because she stalked me on every social media platform that I've ever been on.
She even dated you again in disguise.
Yeah.
You remember your last relationship, the one you were with for 7 years, and you were going to marry her?
Oh,
it was
Stephanie, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually Holly Hallelujah in disguise. The longest, most elaborate revenge plan ever. So she's got a lot of info on you.
Yeah, she really doesn't like me either. So
if joined with one of these people the rest of your life, one will just be constantly bullying you, telling you how stupid you are, how poor, and he'll have his dog with him, getting his dog shit, and then throwing it in your face, which is right next to his face it's at two shoulders basically.
Yeah.
Whereas Holly will just be constantly telling you that you are fat and you don't pull off that t-shirt. That shirt doesn't suit you. That's a terrible, terrible haircut. Just all of these things that really cut to you deep.
Okay, now, so if I feel pain, does the person I'm connected to feel pain?
No. It's
so
like two different bodies merged together. It's basically like the middle of your body is like split down the middle, have been melted together. So you are just your two heads and your two arms, two legs. But one arm is Bobby's arm or Holly's arm. One arm is your arm. But you just have the two heads like sticking out sideways from the neck.
Okay, I'm with you. That was a very good description, thank you. Because I can visualise that perfectly in my mind now. So I know exactly what deal I'm getting into. So if I was bullied, because he used to flick me in the ears all the time, Bobby.
And he used to keep saying, quit hitting yourself. He's grabbing your other hand, slapping you in the face and telling you to quit hitting yourself. Yeah,
so he can bully me 24/7, and I've got no say in it. Obviously,
and when you have to go to your work, or when you're again trying, the smooth Casanova that you are, you're on a, he will pinch her bum and say it was Kyle, and
I will get the slap in the face.
Exactly.
And he'll laugh and give me a wet willy, and it'll be horrible.
And every time you go to the toilet, he'll flush your head down the toilet.
Yeah, and we'll, you go to the toilet at least 3 times a day, so that's 3.
Well, 29 for me, but yeah.
Yeah, 3 swirlies a day at least.
So you'll have nice, clean, washed hair every day at least.
Yeah, I mean that'll be washing my hair a lot more than I usually do.
Clean, moisturised skin, and everyone will go, "What's your secret?" Well, toilet water, of course.
But then, how would he feel when we're at home with his family? Because obviously his wife and kids think he's this perfect, lovely guy.
Well, all of his bullying he does whenever they're not looking. Whenever you say, "Did you not see what he did?" He goes, "Honey, I would never do that. This guy has always been trying to get me in trouble. He tried to ruin my life back when we were at school. He used to torment me. He was my school bully."
Yeah, and every time...
the little boy will be like, "Papa, why is this mean man being mean to you?
I wish you'd never become mutated together." Yeah.
Son.
And he would do something horrible and then start whistling as if he was completely innocent, so everyone would believe him.
But then whenever you try to convince his family that he'd done these things, and then they were having a go at you, he'd be like, now, remember, this house is all about peace and brotherhood and love. This is our guest. We should be kind to him. And they go, "Okay," and then he slaps you around the back of the head when they're not looking.
Yeah, he's kicking me under the table as we're eating dinner.
Yeah,
he's pinching my thigh with his good hand
as he's spitting into your burger.
Yeah, he says, "I'll cook the dinner today," and as we're making the dinner,
you're right there, you can see what he's doing.
Yeah, as he's dishing up my portion, he sort of adds a little bit of his dog shit to it. Because that's his move for everything. Put dog shit in it.
It really is, and he keeps it in a cupboard locked, so his family doesn't know that he's got a cupboard full of dog shit.
And I say, "Look, just go and look in that cupboard," and they say, "Oh no, that's where he keeps the Christmas presents. We're not allowed to look in there." He's
all
very
year
nice,
long.
very kind. Yeah, he stores them up all year. He buys us so many Christmas presents because he's such a lovely guy, this Bobby. Anyway, other scenario. Holly. If
Holly,
we...
yeah.
Holly hallelujah. We're together, so
And she is just filled with resentment towards you, always telling you all the things about yourself that you don't like about yourself. And whenever you're on a date, she's telling the woman how bad a boyfriend you are.
Yeah.
She's telling him, you shouldn't waste your time with him.
Well, the thing is, I think I've got a feeling that she's quite obsessed with me because she's obviously been stalking me all this time. But, you know, like, so she'll be sabotaging the dates. Like, the pretense of it will be, oh, yeah, he's an awful person. He did this crisp
She'll try and
thing
turn
to
your
me.
own family against you.
Yeah, exactly.
Telling your mum all these horrible stories about you.
She'll try and make it so that the only person I can depend on is her because she's the only one who's with me.
Yeah.
And then finally I'll pay attention to her, buy her the salt and vinegar crisps that she so desperately wants.
And that's what every woman really wants. I mean, that's another fact for our listeners out there. The way to a woman's heart is salt and vinegar crisps.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fact number 3 for the episode. Write this down in your book because this is...
If you're ever having relationship trouble... And they say, you don't listen to what I need. You never, ever do what I need. You grab a packet of salt and vinegar crisps, tell them to shut up and eat them, and that's all they need.
Yeah, and they will love you forever and a day. 100% guaranteed. That's probably the most important fact we've ever given on this show.
Oh, absolutely. It's the fact that leads to eternal happiness.
Exactly. So, yeah, this...
And have I mentioned our sponsor, Walker's Salt and Vinegar Crisps?
So, Holly, how attractive was she?
She's a very, very lovely woman.
She's very, very lovely woman. See, I'm leaning...
She's bitter and twisted.
Yeah.
But physically, she's lovely.
See, they both seem to be bullying me for different reasons, obviously. But if there's a pretty girl over a bully, and obviously a bully with a family that I'm going to have to be with quite a lot...
but you do have to deal with her new boyfriend, who happens to look a lot like you, but more handsome. He's like a more handsome version of you. Oh,
Carl. Yeah.
Carl, exactly. And he animates like you, and he's better at it than you. In fact, he likes everything that you like, but he knows more about your favourite shows and animes than you do.
See, he's
just a 100% better version of you in every possible way.
Yeah. Is he likeable though? To me,
he is. But he's annoying. He's annoyingly nice. Like you're filled with jealousy over how brilliant he is, and he's just nothing but nice to you.
Yeah. So he's like, oh yeah, come check out this animation I did in half an hour. And I watch it and I'm like, how did you do that in half an hour? That would have taken me 3 days.
I woke up halfway through the night, did this quick little doodle, and it's like the Christine Chapel painted on the ceiling.
Exactly.
That's definitely not how it's said, is it?
It's the Sistine Chapel, but I didn't want to correct you midway through the podcast.
He's done a chapel for Christine, his mum.
Oh, of course, Christine. Carl's mum, Christine.
You fool.
Oh, I love the lore that we've created. We created so many characters this episode. I'm trying to keep track of all of them. Let's go back to the Irish-British farmer.
What did we say his name was? Oh, God, I did come up with a name for him, didn't I? It was
like Sean Lorenzo.
Yeah, it was Sean
Lemack or something.
Yeah, Sean O'Leary McDermotton.
Yeah. Anyway, so
he's Holly's uncle.
Of course. No, I think I would go for having an attractive woman be a part of me. Like, just because I don't want this horrible bully guy. Like, there's nothing about him that I find...
That's true, yes.
You know, like, he's a guy who is horrible and mean and very manipulative of the family.
Yes, that's the thing. He's horrible to you, but he's convinced everyone that he's this nice guy. And you're the only person that he's this horrible to. Everyone else... Because you're now with him 24/7, so you see how he is at work, how he is with his family, how he is with his friends, and he's nothing but nice and supportive to everyone, but he's this absolute dick to you.
Yeah, so I can't There's nothing about that scenario that I can get any enjoyment out of. At least with a attractive female being a part of me, there's something to look at. Even though it's a horrible, horrible situation because she's got this boyfriend and she's still very mean to me. She still quotes.
Well, and now she's only half a body, so you can only see and also from the angle that you're at, you have to turn your head. You can only really see one side of her face, but it's a nice side of the face. But she'll get really annoyed at you for staring at her.
That's fine. Like, it works both ways, you know. Like, she can annoy me and be mean to me, but I can also... Like, I'm older now. I'm a little more mature than I was back in high school. You know, I'm not going to take her shit anymore. I'm going to live my life as best I can. I mean, having sex with her boyfriend is going to be quite difficult for me.
Yeah, that is going to be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But he is so nice. He's a very tender man.
Yeah.
He always makes sure that you're comfortable.
Oh, yeah. They put like a little
You've got
pillow
enough pillows,
there.
Kyle.
Yeah, just to separate her face from mine, they put a little pillow in the middle. Because I don't want to be looking at them doing it, and I want to give them their privacy. But obviously, I'm connected, so I pretend I'm asleep, even though I can't get to sleep because of all the raucousness. I just thought, though, Bobby and his wife, every time him and his wife get together...
I mean, honestly, I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah, see,
you know... I'm the one that thought about it.
Yeah. Whenever Bobby and his wife get together, if I was in that scenario, he would bully me even more because he'd be like, what are you doing, looking at my wife? You know, he would not be happy. Yeah.
But then he'd be like, what are you doing looking at me? Gay!
Oh, yeah, he was that kind of bully where, like, calling someone gay was offensive to him.
But every single thing you ever did. You're doing homework. Gay!
Yeah, it didn't even mean homosexual.
You went to the toilet to pee. Gay! Well, he's peeing up against the wall.
Yeah.
He's peeing the word gay onto the wall.
Oh dear, yeah, Bobby.
I mean, yeah, the full-on 90s bully, that's what he was.
That was what 90s bullies were like for people who weren't of that generation. So yes, I'm going for Holly. And I think everyone else in the world, if they're ever in this situation where they are me and they had to go to their high school reunion and they are in this position, go for Holly.
Yes. And I would like to thank Holly for being quiet throughout this entire podcast. And my condolences for having to put up with Kyle all this time. I can't imagine it's easy.
She's currently writing poetry about me in blood.
Ah, of course. Makes sense.
My blood. Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, of course. Now she's got access to it.
Yeah.
You just wake up in the middle of night. You wake up in the middle of the night like your heart is being pulled out of your chest.
Yeah. She just stabs into me to get her writing materials.
She stabs into you with a quill.
Yeah. She's never written with pen. Always blood. Never ink.
She does it for everything, not just passive-aggressive notes to you, but
yeah.
She's one of those people. She's very old-fashioned, so she does everything handwritten now. She writes notes to her family. She writes letters to her family.
Yeah.
Dearest mother, I was so pleased to hear of you and Papa's anniversary trip went well.
Yeah, and it's weird because she lived with her grandparents whilst I was in school, so I don't think her parents were even part of the equation. I think she's just crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't say that to her. Again, Holly, I'm really sorry for Kyle. He's just... Well, you know what he's like. I've tried to make him a better person and it's just not worked. I mean, here I am, sitting in the nude, killing puppies and children, and it's just not getting through to him.
Thing is, I think if me and Holly came with you, like, I'm sort of a superhero now because I'm, like, half man, half woman. I'm the perfect...
I can't imagine what kind of crime you can fight with that power.
We can fight injustice. The injustice of you, Nathan, having your swearing taken away from you.
Oh, thank for that. You can swear for the both of us.
Yeah, if me and Holly go down to the British...
Well, she's swearing enough for the both of us at you.
Yeah, she's constantly just got her middle finger in my face. It's like right between my eyes. But no, if me and Holly go down to the British Censoring Board and we fight for your cause, we might be able to get your swearing ban taken away.
That is very possible. I no one can say no to Holly. She's a formidable opponent.
She is a force to be reckoned with.
If it was just you going down there, it would be an abysmal failure.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't even try.
Probably get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, she's the one who suggested it. I don't really care one way or the other.
You say suggested. You don't have a choice. She drags you wherever she wants to go. Her side of the body is so much stronger than your side of the body.
Yeah.
So she's dragging you wherever she wants to go.
Yeah, for some reason, she's become quite enamoured with you. And I'm not quite sure why. But
can you blame her?
She wants to fight for your cause and she wants to save you, but there you go.
My glistening naked flesh has that effect on many women.
That's the thing. If you'd have gone for the other option, you wouldn't have had any sway over her at all. It's your godly Herculean physique that's tempted her. And,
yep. Let me just rest this bottle on my belly.
So yeah, we've picked all the right answers, and if anyone disagrees with anything we said today, then they can let us know in the comments.
But beware, if you disagree, Holly will be annoyed.
She'll be annoyed, yeah. Well, if they disagree with anything you've said, I suppose. If they disagree with anything I've said, she'll agree.
She's the person that's writing in disagreeing with what I've said.
Yeah, I've already got like bagfuls of fan mail somehow from Holly.
And you are like now down to your last pint of blood in your body because she's written it all with your blood.
She's written it all in blood, yeah. And it's going to take me weeks to go through. And if anyone enjoyed the episode for whatever reason, then they can follow and subscribe to the podcast on Patreon. And they can find it at patreon.com/ifyouhadto, where they can find all the newest episodes with more being posted up all the time. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kyle M. Bennett. That's Kyle_M_Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's.
And you can follow me at N_Wozniak Art. That's NWOZNIAK Art on Twitter. And on Instagram, Nathan Wozniak. Spelled the same way because that's my name.
This has been If You Had To, though. I've been Kyle.
And I have been the amazing Naked Nathan.